she was still India's oldest freedom fighter at 105.
Back in 1942, British police hauled her off to prison for demanding freedom.
Locked inside Lahore jail, she and the other women raised the Indian flag anyway.
After independence, she gave away her own jewelry to help the nation rebuild.
Her son became a vice president of India, and she outlived him by 8 years.
105 years old, and never once done fighting.
I fever benched an NFL player for an entire season. In 1939, the New York Giants signed a promising young fullback named Walt Nielsen.
But he never took a single snap for them that year.
Instead, he was shipped off to the minor league Jersey City Giants.
The reason? Reportedly, a bad case of hay fever.
He finally suited up for the Giants a year later, in 1940.
In old Korea, a mother earned the right to bare her chest by having a son.
In late Joseon Korea, this wasn't shame, it was a public badge of honor.
Her duty under Confucian rules was blunt: produce a son to continue the family line.
Meet that duty, and her jacket shrank, a shortcut that openly announced her achievement.
But noble women were forbidden this look. For the elite, it was considered too low class.
So a whole culture turned motherhood into a status symbol you could see across the street.
The emperor's shoppers could seize your goods and call it a sale.
They were imperial eunuchs, and they ran something called the palace market.
You could hand over silk worth thousands and get back a few coins, or nothing.
And you were often forced to haul your own stolen goods straight to the palace.
One poet wrote of an old charcoal seller who froze all winter for a single ruined sale.
A scholar called it plainly, not a market at all, but robbery, and eventually they shut it down.
She delivered 1,000 babies, then opened a home for the mothers society refused to help.
In 1874, she became one of the first women in America to earn a medical degree.
She moved to Dubuque, Iowa, and practiced medicine there for 36 years.
By her own count, she brought around 1,000 newborns into the world.
Then in 1896, she rallied local women to shelter unwed mothers everyone else turned away.
That little rescue society still exists today, more than a century later.
A big league baseball manager vanished with $10,000 that wasn't his.
Bob Leadley managed major league teams in both Detroit and Cleveland in the 1880s and 90s.
After baseball, he took a steady job as a clerk in a Detroit police court.
Then an audit found $10,000 had quietly disappeared from the books.
By the time they issued a warrant, Leadley had already fled the country.
He spent years living free in Mexico City, a fugitive who once ran ball clubs.
A baseball catcher invented one of the era's best-selling board games.
His name was Chief Zimmer, and behind the plate he was untouchable.
He caught over 100 games in a row and shattered fielding records nobody else could touch.
Then, in 1900, players elected him the very first president of their union.
But his weirdest legacy? A tabletop baseball game he invented that sold like crazy.
Zimmer's baseball game made him a small fortune while he was still catching pro ball.